Hey there, everybody, and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. This is Ray Carsillo, and no, do not adjust your speakers. There is no bed underneath me right now because, of course, EA Sports loves using licensed music, and being on YouTube, we really can't have licensed music. So, for at least the time being, until we get into the game action, the bed is muted, but that should not be too far long from now. So basically today we're taking a look at NHL Threes, of course, a part of the recent NHL 18 beta, but I had a chance to go up to the EA Redwood Shores studios, aka EARS Studios, and take a look at this new mode, really get an in-depth look at it, and it's really interesting because there are some really great components to it that should be really exciting as I took on here in a versus mode. The Rangers basically taking on the Junior Rangers after all the trades we made, the Arizona Coyotes. You can choose your rules. There's a coin flip usually before the game, or in terms of online versus, you can choose and then search for online parameters. In this case, it was a 1-to-5 match. Or you can go by typical 3 2-minute periods. You can lengthen the periods. You can choose to turn on or off the money puck. The money puck, of course, is random pucks that are worth more. You have golden pucks that are worth multiple pucks. You score with a golden puck, it's worth 2 or maybe even 3 goals. Or you can score with an ice blue puck, and what it does is it actually not only counts for 1 goal for you, but it takes away 1, 2, or even 3 goals away from your opponent. So it can really be backbreaking depending on when those goals come and when those pucks appear. But you can turn that off depending on how much you want it to be like a true sim experience, or you can make it as arcadey as possible. Personally, I love the fact that it's as arcadey as possible. And again, this was a 1-to-5 wins kind of mode for online plays. The Rangers took on the Coyotes here, and it's 3-on-3. It's just like NHL overtime. You see Zuccarello moving away, breakaway. Oh, tried to make a move, tried to make a deke there, but Antti Ranta, former Ranger goalie, not having any of it, and Henrik Lundqvist there gets the puck and sends it back up now. And so it's really interesting. There's also a campaign mode where basically you start off with these guys called the Fridge Raiders, and they are, they're scrubs. They're all overall basically level 60 or 61, but you'll take on guys who are more powerful than you. You'll take on guys who are level overall 75, 80, 85, and if you win, you'll get special players from those teams to make your team better. So as you continue to move along, I know the first person you'll play, and you might see this later, is like the Edmonton Oilers. And you'll get their mascot, who's a 64 overall. It's not a big jump, but you go from a 60 overall center to a 64, as Ryan McDonough there gets the soft goal from, I guess, the center ice line there in NHL Threes. And to give the Rangers there a 1-0 lead. And here's Zibanejad, and I'm not going to lie, folks, the other journalists who were there that I was playing, because I was taking on Steve Hanley of Hardcore Gamer, and I kicked his butt. I kicked everybody's butt, actually, in all the sports games that we saw at the EARS facility for the couple of days that I was up there. But especially here, I mean, everybody that you're going to see me play with, it's all human competition, folks, that I'm playing against. And I just destroyed all these nerds. But yeah, anyway, it's obvious. I say that with love. I say that jokingly because I'm a nerd too. It's a joke, obvious. So somebody's gonna comment now and be like, "Oh, what's the matter with being a nerd?" No, it's a joke. It's self-deprecation because I am a nerd and I readily admit that. So, but at least when it comes to sports games, I definitely have a distinct edge over, I think, a lot of the rest of the game journalism community. Not bragging. Sort of bragging. So humble brag. Hashtag humble brag. But yeah, so I mean, this is NHL Threes. You know what I mean? It's a really fun arcade mode. It really does a nice job. The matches are usually pretty quick. There, I guess we've done it with a bit of a screen. Zibanejad scores. That guy there, that looks like me when I'm usually at Ranger games, dancing around, crazy face paint, barely standing because I'm probably had a few too many drinks. But anyway. So, I mean, and Steve did all right. I mean, obviously, if he scored, again, we go back to the money puck. If he scored with any of the money pucks, it would have been a completely different game I mean, because if he had scored with that one, I would have lost goals and he would have gotten it. But, of course, that's the one other thing about NHL Threes. Even if you get hit with a negative, you can't go below 0. There are no negative goals in NHL Threes. They did not do that. So, definitely when you're being shut out, like Steve was, there was a definitely bigger risk involved for me than for him. Because if he had scored, he could have gotten real close. But as the game continues, as you see here, it did not get close. The other interesting thing about NHL Threes, only opening period faceoffs. There's no faceoffs after the opening period faceoff. It's just he almost scored there. Whenever somebody scores or there's a penalty or anything or freezing of the puck, the other team just gets it automatically. They just start with it in their own zone automatically. There's no faceoffs. They really went for speed here in this mode as much as possible, and it really shows. They really went to wanted to try and make this mode as fast as humanly possible. And you see there, Lundqvist froze the puck, and it went right to the Coyotes there. Stepan has it poked away there. And yeah, and it's really interesting. And this will probably be, oh no, not this one, close, but no cigar. Looking for the one-timer there. And it's really fun, and if you really know what you're doing, you can come up with some crazy plays. Not a lot here. There's also some crazy stick handling. There's the new defensive stick handling that is great, and there's also I tried it in a couple other games. I tried to do the Merrick Malik and tried to shoot between my legs, and I looked really bad doing it a lot of times. No lie there. As you see there, obviously McDonough with the game winner makes it 6-0 officially, even though you only need to get to 5 because that was a 2-goal. Henrik Lundqvist doing a really weird dance that nobody wants any part of. But the Rangers won. I won an online play here, online versus against some other journalists. So Steve Hanley from Hardcore Gamer. I bust balls. I'm friends with Steve. I know Steve for a long time. I'm just busting his balls. I kind of came down hard on everybody at this event. I didn't give up a single goal. I think I might have given up one. But I'm pretty sure in this series of rounds that I played with these folks, I didn't give up any goals at all. But yeah, so that was fun. So that was a nice shutout there, and then it was to show you more of the mode. It's not just team versus team play, as of course as that a lot of people think when they think of NHL versus. What's interesting is what's really fun. Is that now, as you see, we take on another game, and this was interesting because it was me versus the Eastern Conference mascots. You see there's Singer from the Blue Jackets, the New Jersey Devil from the Devils, Spartacat from the Ottawa Senators, and Carey Price in net because there's no goalie mascot. But and then as also through the campaign mode, that's how you unlock arenas and when you play NHL Threes. So I only played a little bit of the campaign for NHL Threes, and ended up unlocking the Edmonton Oilers arena, which is not where we chose to play here, but would have been an option. As you know, here the Rangers in their road whites taking on the Eastern Conference mascots. So again, this was human versus. I'm right. Actually, no, this was player versus. This was me versus 3 players. So you can do that. You can do a 3v1 if you want online. If you so choose. If you have a party of 3 people playing, you can do that. You can play with 3 people and take on just one person. I think here in this case, it definitely was a disadvantage for them to be 3-on-1 because now it went from one less than stellar NHL player to 3 less than stellar NHL players against me. And again, not to toot my own horn that much, but at least in terms of the press, at least in terms of games journalism, I'm probably one of the better NHL players. Especially if you guys know, like if you watched our NHL 17 streams as a part of Tuesday Night Hockey over at HockeyAchievements.com, you know that as that was just a perfect tic-tac-toe, tic-tac pass there. 1, 2, 3, and then shoulder over the shoulder of Price for a double goal as again part of the money puck. A lot of times when I'm not commenting, I do pretty well. even so, I had a winning record as part of Hockey Achievements, but people don't understand how hard it is sometimes to play and commentate at the same time. So a couple of the times that I got blown out was because the guy actually knew what he was doing, and I was kind of playing, I wouldn't say a half strength, but maybe like 80% because of the brain power that I need to quantify everything I'm seeing. Also, interesting thing here that you're seeing, no penalties in threes. All penalties do is give you an instant penalty shot. And penalties are very rarely called. I mean, it has to be a pretty blatant trip or hook or something, and then coming on right back. And again, just some brilliant passing there by the Rangers and Zuccarello. Price, no chance, going pipe to pipe. Buries it for the third goal. So that was fun. Again, 2-minute periods, really short, really quick, really fast-paced action is what it's intended. Some big hits. Sometimes, obviously, these Rangers aren't the best when it comes to giving the big hits. Zibanejad and Zuccarello, although that was a kind of nice one there from Zook. Now back to Zibanejad, backhander score. And I remember this being a pretty fast game, if I remember correctly. This was a fast one, because well, it just is what it is. You guys, I mean, they got lucky there. Well, rebound, cleaned it up, and then a hat trick for Zibanejad, and there we go. You know, so we went really, really quick with a lot of these. Miller, of course, and Kreider, who are on the bench. You can make substitutions between periods if you want. There was no need to make a substitution here for obvious reasons, and so that was a pretty quick one. Then what I wanted to do is that basically after all of this messing around is I wanted to give the Golden Knights a try. Obviously, as the Rangers, I got a chance to play against the Mascots. I got to beat the Arizona Coyotes. I wanted to try the Golden Knights, show off the Golden Knights a little bit here. Las Vegas Golden Knights, of course, the 31st team in the NHL, the new expansion team. And obviously here searching for an opponent, looking for somebody, looking for anybody. And then, of course, I was pretty quick in terms of just choosing my lineup. And, of course, I played against the same people again because they wanted a rematch. So, I mean, I played as the Vegas Knights also to kind of give these guys a chance because they're a worse team overall. I mean, the Mascots, you look at those overalls. I mean, obviously, Carey Price stands out as a 92. But, I know this is where we went to Rogers Place in Edmonton. I mean, the Mascots are in the low 80s. Those aren't bad numbers. Those overalls are accurate, at least for the threes mode. So, I mean, this on paper, this was actually a pretty even matchup. On the ice, you'll see a different story, but again, my experience over the experience of I don't want to say lesser journalists, but I guess less experienced journalists, we'll say. And then, of course, here I had home jerseys, they had away. So you see the gray of the Golden Knights, which, I mean, I don't know. I thought they would have had more gold. Personally, I mean, they look almost a little bit like the old Canuck uniforms now that I'm looking at them. Like, you remember those old gold, yellow, black, and red Canuck uniforms from Vancouver before they switched to the knockoffs of the Whalers that they have now, basically? Yeah, like, that's kind of what they look like to me. Anyway, intercepted pass here, and of course, you know, moving around, again, looking for some big hits. There was a little bit more. This one was a little more competitive. This one, again, just because on paper there's better talent, or there's worse talent here on the Knights than there were on my Rangers. But good passing, smart passing is going to make up for a lot of deficiencies every day of the week, and that's kind of just what I did here. And again, 3-on-1, not necessarily an advantage in NHL, as we've always seen. Sometimes when I've taken on people online, it's been 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. If you're not on the same page as your buddy, that was a bad turnover. If you're not on the same page as your buddy, you might just turn into a turnover machine, And that happened a few times here where I kind of would just, because I wasn't, I didn't have to try and coordinate with these guys. And again, this was also without headsets. We were all playing kind of right next to each other in a row of console setup, almost kind of like almost as if we were at a convention, right? Where it's just a bunch of units were set up, and these three folks, who will go nameless, they were just, they weren't communicating enough. And you need to, when you're playing 3-on-1, when you're playing as a team in a mode like this, you need to communicate, and there was just no communication whatsoever. So I mean, part of me felt bad that I kind of like annihilate them like everybody else, but like part of me didn't. Is there a penalty shot coming up? Is that what it was? Yeah, it looks like a penalty shot coming up. I got the power. The ref put his arm in the air. This was my one penalty shot. Did I try to do the Marek Malik here? Again, the new stick handling in NHL 18 is phenomenal. Yep, I tried. Oh, I did. You see right there. You see it. I went for the Marek Malik. I went between the legs, but I just went high over the net. That would have been so great if I had scored there. You might say that's a waste of a penalty shot, but, I kind of had a feeling, whether you want to call me cocky or not, I kind of had a feeling that I was going to kind of handle these guys pretty easily. So I wanted to go, for you, the valuable viewers, for you guys, I wanted to try and get something fancy there that they could see, that you guys could see. But unfortunately, James Neal put the puck over the net when he went between the legs. Needed to get maybe a little closer with that. Or obviously not have James Neal try it. Either way, they're trying to get fancy again, trying to do some fancy stick handling. Tried to do it a few times here in the video, you probably noticed. But it seems like the puck just jumped off my stick because I had the wrong person trying to be fancy, and I've got a stinger there. We actually provided the friendly screen or unfriendly screen, depending on how you look at it, for the backhand. And just really tried to show off the new stick handling, because that's a big thing in NHL 18 this year in terms of gameplay. Not only offensive stick handling, but defensive stick handling. But definitely in terms of the new moves for offense, I was super excited to try some things out. But just some good old-fashioned backhanders, and again, some clever passing usually was enough to win the day in this case. But yeah, so we got a couple more minutes left of this. I'm kind of winding down here. This is a good time for you folks. Remember, don't forget to check us out on HockeyAchievements.com. We got some good things going on over there in terms of NHL 18, in terms of some of the stuff that we're doing with NHL 18, in terms of bringing back our live stream. Also, don't forget to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, try it again, go between the legs. That time, you didn't get the shot off. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think below. I really would appreciate it. And then, and yeah, and also don't forget, I'm sorry, I'm just watching myself and just kind of, this is not the first time I rewatched this, but, goodness, it's fun to watch. Yeah, be sure to follow me on Facebook at RayCarsillo.voice, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RayCarsillo, do all that fun stuff. I would really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of NHL 18, what you think of the beta, if you had a chance to play. Let me know if you're excited for it. Let me know if you're excited for NHL Threes. Let me know if you want to play in NHL Threes when the game comes out, of course, for Xbox One and PS4 on September the 15th. This one was just a gimme. That was so good. 2 on none, what are you going to do, right? But let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Of course, I always appreciate it when people comment and let me know what they think of games. It's always a big deal. It always means a lot to me. I love talking games. I love playing games. I'm kind of a sore winner more than a sore loser. So if you do beat me, I'll tip my hat to you. But if I beat you, I'm going to let you know. Much like I let everybody know here what about in this one where you get to see 3 consecutive shutouts for me here, which was a lot of fun. You see here, in between periods, stats 16 shots to 5 shots. The mascots, they may have the numbers, but they just the guys controlling them do not have the skills. But yeah, so that'll do it for me. Again, NHL 18 coming out for Xbox One, PS4, of course, published by EA Sports. I'm developed by EA Canada. Surprise, surprise. Coming out September the 15th. This was fun. taking out Marc-Andre Fleury basically to basically start the rush. That's how much I was kind of messing around with these people, so at that point. But there you go. There's the game winner. That'll do it from us here. Again, I really appreciate everybody who watched and tuned in. It means a lot, and we'll be sure to check you out next time, all right? Have a good one. Talk to you later. Good night, everybody.
Tickets still available for future shows, so I'll see you again soon, all right? Peace!